This is Oracle AWS Report tutorial series. This section covers the header of the report, which provides high-level context about the Oracle database. Here, the session count is obtained from the DBA HIST sysstate view, using the statistic name logOnCurrent. For slab ID 1120, the session count is 172. For slab ID 1121, the session count is 171. Let's dig deeper into how Oracle captures the session count by running these SQL statements. First, querying $session gets the total number of active sessions at that moment. Second, the system statistical logOnCurrent in $sysstate reflects the same value. Third, manually create an AWS snapshot. Finally, querying DBA sysstate for the most recent snapshot confirms that the same session count was captured. This demonstrates that the session count recorded in an AWS report is a point-in-time measurement taken at the moment the snapshot is captured, rather than an average over the snapshot interval. The actual number of sessions may fluctuate up or down during the interval. Now we move on to find out how Oracle derives the average number of cursors per session is opened. This query retrieves both the number of opened cursors and the number of sessions from the specific AWS snapshots, and then computes the ratio. The key point is that this ratio, just like the session count earlier, is a point-in-time measurement captured in the snapshot, not an average across the entire interval. Between snapshots, the actual number of cursors and sessions may rise or fall. The header of an Oracle AWS report lists three CPU-related metrics: CPUs, cores, and sockets. What are their differences, and how do they relate to each other? A socket is the physical interface on the motherboard that holds a CPU chip. Each socket can accommodate one CPU chip. A core is the physical processing unit inside a CPU chip. Each core can run instructions independently, and a single chip may contain multiple cores. A CPU in this context refers to the logical CPU or thread visible to the operating system. With technologies such as hyper-threading, one physical core can present itself as two logical CPUs, although this does not double performance. In this example, the server is equipped with 4 sockets, each housing one CPU chip. Each chip contains 10 cores, summing up to 40 cores. With hyper-threading enabled, the 40 cores are presented as 80 logical CPUs. Among these 3 CPU metrics, the number of cores best reflects actual CPU processing power, since it represents the true physical unit that perform computations. These CPU metrics not only indicate server capacity, but also reflect the financial investment in Oracle licensing. Oracle's Enterprise Edition licensing is based on the number of cores, while Standard Edition licensing depends on the number of occupied sockets. Additionally, using AWS Report requires the Oracle Diagnostic Pack, an additional paid option that requires a separate license on top of the Enterprise Edition. Therefore, these CPU metrics also give you a peek at your customer's wallet. When the number of sessions is greater than the number of CPU cores by a large multiple, the database is oversubscribed. That means each core has 202 million sessions. The result is CPU scarcity. Sessions are forced into frequent involuntary sleep. They suffer from loss of context switch, and they spend longer waiting in the run queue. Even if the CPUs look busy, not much real work gets done. In this case, the database has 170 sessions and 40 cores, giving a ratio of about 4.3 sessions per core. Since the session count is not many times larger than the number of cores, the database is not considered oversubscribed. Elapsed time is the total duration between the begin slab and end slab. It represents the wall clock time of the reporting interval. In this instance, it spans approximately half an hour. DB time is the aggregate time spent by user sessions executing within the database during the elapsed time. Because multiple sessions can run concurrently, DB time can surpass elapsed time. Here, it reaches nearly 20 hours. To wrap up, here are SQL scripts we used in this session.